Hi, this is Srinivas Kaveti again, signing in from New York. Today we're going to talk on wills, American wills and international wills. A will is a document which is effective and it can be enforced only after the death of the testator. What is the meaning of testator? The will is called a testament. The meaning of testament is somebody writes a statement saying that after my death, the property, personal property or real property will be distributed to the successors as per my wish. That is a simple sentence of will. So a will executed, because in America, especially in New York and US, there are people from all over the world, 190 countries people live in America. And most of them also have properties in their home countries. And people have properties in more than two countries sometimes. So if anybody wants to have a will, is it valid overseas? And if there is a will executed overseas, which is in a foreign country, is it valid in America? This is the topic of today. Especially in New York, the will is governed under the EPTL, which is a law which governs the New York law. So what is a will? First of all, what are the essentials of will? A will is a statement, a declaration by the testator. That means a person is the owner of the property, whether it could be a personal property or a real property. What is the meaning of a real property? A real property is anything which is immovable. It could be land, it could be crops, or it could be even houses. What is a personal property? Personal property which is called movable property. Anything which can move is called personal property. The law governing this in India is called Indian Succession Act. So, and Transfer Property Act, how the property can be transferred to people. If let's say there are types of wills. There are revocable wills, then irrevocable wills. What is the meaning of revocable wills? Which can be revoked, that means which can be cancelled. Irrevocable wills, which are called, you cannot cancel the wills. There are two types of wills. There are cubitive wills, holographic wills. There are a whole heap of wills are there. They are called privileged wills, the wills executed by the military when they're in the warfare. So if somebody writes a will with his own handwriting, they're called holographic wills. So what are the requirements? In some states, they say that when a testator is writing a will, you need to have two witnesses. And some states and some countries, they say that when the testator is writing a will, it has to be notarized. And in some countries, they say it has to be stamped, it has to be recorded. What is the meaning of recording? It is called recording statutes, and some countries they're called registration of a will. However, without recording or registration also, a will is valid. If somebody makes a will, if they want to later on cancel it, they can do it. So a will executed in a foreign country can be executed can be probated in America, and a will executed in America can be probated overseas. What is the meaning of probate? Probate means you basically go to the court with this declaration, with this instrument, and ask the court, request the court to declare the assets as per the wish of the deceased, the person who has died by the testator, the will of a testator. That means will and wish of a testator. That is called probate. So, the basic requirements are testator has to sign, and there should be two witnesses, and it could be notarized. And some states they don't require notarizing. Some states they require two witnesses. Some states they require only one witness. But once you follow the formalities of will, and the most important thing is you have to be a major. You can't be a minor and executing a will. And you have to be in a sound mind. You can't be in a deathbed in a hospital, and you have to be in a sound mind. And you have to do it competently with any undue influence. Sometimes, people are in the hospital, one of the child is very close, they will influence the father or mother, ask them to write a will on their name solely. So those wills can be contested. So these are called will contests. So when the will gets executed, when the will is being probated, the property is distributed as per that. So it could be most of the times the wills are in the custody of solicitors or attorneys or advocates. Sometimes it is kept in the locker of the testator. Depends upon the will of the testator. Sometimes the testator gives it to the attorneys, and the executors are being appointed. Many times lawyers are appointed. Upon the death of the testator or a client, they will execute the will. They will get paid for it. So there are so many local rules that governs the will, but this is a general idea of a will, and don't consider this as a legal advice. This is only for information and educational purposes. Contact local lawyers wherever your property is located, wherever you guys are domiciled, wherever you live, that state and what that county and that country law applies to that particular will. So get in touch with the competent lawyers who practice, will, especially they're specialized lawyers, they're estate lawyers, and they can assist you because estate planning is a very complex area. And sometimes when you inherit property, you might end up paying some taxes on that. There are some capital gains taxes there. There's also conveyancing taxes are there. I mean, if you take UK, it's amazing. You can buy a pro forma of a will in a UK post office. I mean, that's not the case in America. That's not the case in India. So every country has got its own requirements. Every state has its own requirement in America. And if you take a country like India, it is governed under the Indian Succession Act. So guys, get in touch with the competent lawyers of your jurisdiction and protect your interests. If you're getting benefited with this video, please share and subscribe to this video. Share it with your friends. And if you have any comments, please come back. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments box. We will try and do respond to your comments. Or if you have any more videos you want to suggest, any areas of law, we will come up with that. And thank you very much. Thanks for subscribing.